Hey everybody, it's Sunday, so that means it's time for story time. It is Super Bowl Sunday. The game is going on right now. So if it's in between plays and you just happen to be scrolling Facebook, or if you don't care to watch the game, welcome. I'm excited because I have a great book to read for you today called Beautiful. And I also have an amazing animal to show you today. I have the Spanish ribbed newt. Now, I'm also really excited because a couple reasons. It is Super Bowl Sunday. I'm not a huge football fan, but I am excited to go home and watch it because of all the cool commercials and because new movie trailers dropped. Today, they already dropped the Deadpool and Wolverine movie, which is one of the reasons I brought out the Spanish ribbed newt. So, if you're a huge comic book nerd like I am, you love the fact that that movie trailer dropped today. And this animal that I have is very, very relevant to that. So, the Spanish ribbed newt is from the Iberian Peninsula and is actually one of the largest newt species in all of Europe. It can grow upwards of 12 inches. Now, what makes this guy so special, and I only have him out here for a short time, I'm putting him back in his cup, is so you can see the little markings he has on his side right here. The Spanish ribbed newt can actually use the muscles along his sides to break his own rib cage and then push him out through his skin. And those bumps that were on his side are actually toxin glands. So the rib itself gets pushed out, goes through that toxin gland, and basically becomes a poisoned spear at that point. This is his main defense mechanism. Now, the reason I'm using him today, again, they dropped a movie trailer with Wolverine in it, so it just reminded me of Wolverine. There's actually a frog out there called the hairy frog, nicknamed the Wolverine frog, that can break its own fingers and push the broken bones through its skin and then use that as a defense mechanism. So I think amphibians have some of the most creative and awesome evolutionary adaptations on the planet. And this Spanish ribbed newt is really no exception to that. Now, if they do decide to break their ribs and push them through those toxin glands, they actually can't do any harm to humans. It mainly just does harm to lizards, fish, maybe small mammals. Basically anything that's going to try to eat this guy in the wild, those toxin glands could do some damage to. But to humans, really not that big a deal at all. Now, just like any other newt or salamander, they are an amphibian. Which means they're going to be spending the majority of their life in water, although they do come up on land from time to time, depending on the season. Now, the really interesting thing I find about them, aside from the fact that they can use their ribs as poison spear tips, is how low temperatures a lot of these guys can handle. When we think of amphibians, we tend to think of them as liking warmer weather, like reptiles, but that's really not true. A lot of amphibians really enjoy moderate temperatures. Typically in the mid to high 60s, but really not that much over 70. And most of them are tolerant down into the 40s and 50s. For part of the year, these guys do enjoy dropping down into the 40-degree range, and they don't freeze, despite the fact that they're not a warm-blooded creature. A lot of animals that live in colder climates have adaptations that help them live in that cooler climate. And amphibians do as well. A lot of them have a certain type of chemical in their blood that actually stops them from freezing. So they do need this cooling period in order to go into breeding season. So typically they are used to it getting colder during the winter time, and then once March hits and it's consistently above 40 to 45 and there's more snow melt creating vernal pools, they all start getting more active and going to the vernal pools to then lay their eggs. So I think these guys are absolutely beautiful. I know sometimes people look at things like newts and salamanders and think they're kind of ugly looking or derpy looking, but honestly, the derpiness is what does it for me. I think they're completely unique and awesome species. And so that goes along with our book today called Beautiful by Stacy McNulty. So we're going to go ahead and read our book called Beautiful, which we've read before, but it's been quite a while. And we're going to have our Spanish newt friend here with us, which, again, I can't hold in my hand all the time because he is a newt and he prefers the water, and I don't want to dry him out, and he doesn't want to get stressed out. So, here we go. Beautiful girls. have the perfect look. Beautiful girls move gracefully. And light up every room. Beautiful girls know all about makeup. And have a smart style. Beautiful girls smile sweetly. And keep their hair properly in place. Beautiful girls smell like flowers. My page is stuck. And sound like songbirds. Beautiful girls love to look in the mirror. And to spend time with beautiful people. Beautiful girls deserve compliments. Because they make the world beautiful. There you have it. That's Beautiful by Stacey McNulty, which is a fantastic, very, very short book that shows that standards of beauty are whatever you want to make them. You can't live by other people's expectations of what they think you should look like or what you should act like. Girls can be anything. Boys can be anything. If you want to play dress up, you can play dress up. Doesn't matter who you are. If you want to be a doctor, you can be a doctor. You want to be a pirate, you can be a pirate. This book has a beautiful message, and that is to just be yourself. Just like our Spanish rib Newt friend here, who doesn't mind the fact that they're a little bit derpy looking and that they can do something as cool as breaking off their own ribs, pushing them through their skin that goes through a toxin gland that could technically stab something, make them very sick, and then pull those ribs back into their body. Really cool adaptation. So, hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you guys next time.